The Last Time I Saw Archie is a 1961 comedy film set in the waning days of World War II. Robert Mitchum stars as Arch Hall Sr., a lazy, scheming American in an aviation school for pilots too old to fly aircraft but not too old to fly military gliders and liaison aircraft. Jack Webb produced, directed and co-starred. Plot: in flying school, lazy Private Archie Hall somehow dominates everyone around him, fellow trainees, sergeants and officers alike, and manages to avoid doing any work. Bill Bowers, a Hollywood screenwriter in civilian life, becomes his sidekick. An initially hostile, suspicious trio of privates, Sam Beecham, Russell Drexler and Frank Costro, are penalized for opposing him and eventually smarten up and become his pals as well. Archie exudes so much self-confidence that Master Sergeant Stanley Erlenheim becomes convinced that he is an undercover G2 general. Erlenheim and his underling, Sergeant Malcolm Greenbrier, arrange it so that Archie and his buddies are given permanent passes and a personal jeep, so they can leave the training base whenever they please. Archie sees Cindy Hamilton every night, while Bill pairs off with Peggy Kramer. Archie also arranges for the three other privates to acquire gorgeous girlfriends as well. As time goes by, Bill comes to suspect that Cindy is a Japanese spy, but he cannot get Archie to take it seriously. It turns out that Cindy actually is a spy, but for American counterintelligence, despite the opposition of her guardian, Colonel Edwin Martin. The base commander, Sergeants Erlenheim and Greenbrier get into trouble when they break down the door of her apartment, thinking they will catch her in the act of reporting to the enemy, only to find her presenting her findings to Martin. As the war winds down, requirements change and the trainees are given the choice of retraining to become either gunners or glider pilots. Archie and Bill opt for the latter, despite the supposedly high casualty rate, so the other three do the same, only to discover that Archie and Bill have gotten themselves safe jobs at the base. However, the war ends before any of them see combat. Archie invites himself to spend a week with Bill in Hollywood. Bill jokes about seeing him in the White House. A later newspaper headline states that Governor Hall has decided to run for president. Cast: Robert Mitchum as Archie Hall, Jack Webb as William Bill Bowers, Martha Heyer as Peggy Kramer, France Nying as Cindy Hamilton, Louis Nye as Private, Sam Beecham, Joe Flynn as Private, Russell Drexler, Del Moore as Private, Frank Costro, Jimmy Lydon as Private, Billy Simpson, Richard Arlen as Carl, Edwin Martin, Don Knotts as Captain, Harry Little, Robert Strauss as MSGT, Stanley Erlenheim, Harvey Lembeck as Sergeant, Malcolm Greenbrier, Claudia Barrett as Lola, Fiona Bryant as Daphne, Elaine DeVry as Carol, Marilyn Burtis as Patsy Ruth, Howard McNear as Jen Williams, James Mitchum as Corporal, John Nolan as LT, Ogelmeyer, Nancy Culp as Miss Willoughby, Don Drysdale as Soldier in E-Club, Billy Kilmer as Soldier, Lillian Powell. Production. The main character in The Last Time I Saw Archie, played by Robert Mitchum, was based on Arch Hall Sr., who screenwriter William Bowers knew in the war. However, the film was made without the permission of Hall, who successfully sued the producers and won a settlement. The film also features the debuts of baseball pitcher Don Drysdale and football quarterback Billy Kilmer in cameos. Portions of the film were shot at Fort MacArthur. Reception. The film review in the New York Times summarized The Last Time I Saw Archie as part of the too many cooks syndrome.